Hi folks, I'm Mike Sherwood. Some of you may know of me from my YouTube channel 3D Test. I've been working with Reallusion on the development of their new facial mocap system, which brings Faceware Live technology into iClone 7, and they've asked me to show you how it works and how to get the best out of it. So, this is the first in a series of tutorials which will ultimately tell you everything you need to know, all the way up to advanced techniques for customizing the whole system. But first, this tutorial will be a quick and general overview, showing you how the system works out of the box. Okay, let's get started. iClone 7's approach to facial mocap comprises two pieces of software. External server software to capture and stream the animation data, that's this bit down the bottom, and a motion capture plugin within iClone itself which takes that streamed data and applies it to 3D characters. Faceware Realtime for iClone is the server side, and this provides single video camera-based facial tracking. Let's take a look. Anyone with experience of Faceware's own live server application will be very familiar with this approach, but for folks new to Faceware, this is a markerless mocap system, which recognizes and tracks the user's facial features as they move. Now, you'll notice that I'm just sitting here in front of a fixed camera, and the green marker lines already show that my facial features are being tracked. There are various settings in the plugin to additionally enable the use of head-mounted cameras as well as image sequences, and I'll be discussing these in more detail in the next tutorials. But meanwhile, as I said before, there are two parts to the mocap equation. This server side, which is what you're seeing here, and the motion capture plugin within iClone itself. With the plugin open, you'll see that there are various functions available, including feature and head rotation masking, strength sliders, checkboxes for blend data on record and smooth head functions, and up at the top here you have a menu bar which includes add and remove server functions, as well as access to advanced parameters as well as streaming data. But first, let's just get going and select a target character. As you can see now, preview and record are enabled, but before I go ahead and actually preview on this character, it's important to calibrate. Calibration is the way the system matches your neutral expression to the neutral zero expression of the character you're working with. In order to assist calibration, you can enable a grid overlay which gives you a central box. This central box is very important. It allows you to match up your features in the camera view as if you're taking a passport photo, and this is the ideal scenario for calibration. The approach to calibration is simply to take a neutral expression to look straight at the camera. I'll open my mouth slightly to improve the lip sync a bit, and again I'll be discussing this in later tutorials, but now I'll just calibrate and then go ahead and preview. Okay, so now I'm previewing live facial motion capture on a 3D character. As you can see, it's tracking my head. I'll start moving my features around. And remember, this is completely out of the box. I've done no change to any parameter settings. This is the way the system will work straight away on any iClone character, or indeed on any non-standard character brought into iClone using 3D Exchange and set up correctly for facial expressions. Just pull a few more faces. Okay, I'll just do a few lip sync tests now. May, me, ma, more, moo. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Around the rugged rocks the ragged rascal ran. Okay, so that's a quick preview of using a static camera setup with Faceware Live for iClone with the new facial mocap plugin. Next I will switch to a head camera just so that you can see how it works in that setup. So if you can just give me a moment. Here I'm wearing a head-mounted camera whereby the camera is fixed relative to my face, so as I tilt and rotate my head, the camera is always showing exactly the same view. Most important step to start with, again, is to calibrate the face and then go to preview. So in this case we have no head rotation tracking data coming through, but we are still getting all of the facial expressions. Ba 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 ba, ma 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 ma, may me ma more moo, rubber baby buggy bumpers. The kind of scenario which a head camera would normally be used for would be along with a mocap suit for complete motion capture. Though obviously you can also use a head-mounted camera in isolation simply to capture the facial animation data. But now I've shown the head-mounted camera in action. I'll move back to the static camera simply to show swapping between characters without any change in settings between characters, just so you can see how flexible the system is. Back to the static camera setup now, and showing a couple of other characters which I'll be using in later tutorials. I just want to demonstrate how straightforward it is to switch between characters, even without changing any settings or parameters. And whilst you can control the strength of individual features if you wish, and even customize the parameters completely for individual characters, the fact is, this is how the system is working out of the box. So, iClone 7's facial mocap using Faceware technology presents a powerful approach which goes a long way to providing a one-size-fits-all generic solution to facial motion capture. This has been a quick introduction to using the new facial mocap plugin along with Faceware Realtime for iClone. And Faceware Realtime for iClone will be the subject of the next, more detailed tutorial. Thanks for watching.